does happen.
Well, we're not going to see what most people are expecting. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that, because most people looking at the weights and saying, oh, they're too far apart, Canelo is too big. No, we're not going to see what y'all think we're going to see. We're going to see a...
Canelo, what did you think about the shove, that moment that happened on stage?
I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more excited.
Love it.
I'm gonna train so far.
Roy Jones Jr. just finished training with Terence Crawford, and based on what he saw, he believes Canelo Alvarez is going to sleep. That's not a throwaway comment. It's the conclusion of one of boxing's sharpest minds after watching Crawford up close, sparring, moving, punching, and adapting. Jones observed how the added weight has affected Crawford and came away impressed, noting that despite bulking up, Crawford's speed and power remain intact and lethal. Roy believes Crawford has all the tools to knock Canelo out. For a fighter, already sitting at the top of the pound-for-pound list, Crawford is still sharpening his weapons, and that kind of continued evolution is dangerous. Jones didn't speak in generalities, he spoke from experience, conviction, and first-hand observation. And if anyone knows what it takes to jump weight classes and make history, it's Roy.
On the streets, you and Canelo, what would it look like?
Come on, man. Y'all know what I do. I ain't got to talk about it. On the streets, I'm going to be against anybody. I ain't never going to say another man going to whoop me. So, you know what I mean? That's your answer right there.
I guess in Guadalajara, you think it'd be a little different on the streets if Terence came to town?
I think every city, every place is different, no? It's different. But we don't talking about the streets. We're talking about boxing.
Roy Jones Jr.'s comments have only intensified the anticipation surrounding a fight, already being talked about as one of the decade's most pivotal moments. Terence Crawford isn't easing into the spotlight. He's stepping in with full force and bringing the heat. That fire was evident when Canelo Alvarez reportedly requested a smaller ring for their clash, an obvious tactic to limit Crawford's movement, expecting that Bud would look to use his footwork and angles rather than engage in a toe-to-toe battle with the naturally bigger man. But instead of brushing it off or dodging the mind games, Crawford embraced the challenge and came right back with fire of his own.
I go back and forwards, to be honest with you. Like, when I talk to Bud, kind of like, he convinces me that he's going to win the fight because he's such a believer in his own ability and he's very convincing. And then you see the presser yesterday and I thought Canelo looked really well. Do you know what I mean? Obviously he's a big lump, so I was always Canelo, then I sort of leant towards Bud, but now I'm back with Canelo, so we'll see.
The only running I'll be doing, Crawford said at a recent press conference, is running upside his head, and he's got a big head too. It was a sharp line, more humorous than hostile, but packed with purpose. Crawford didn't dodge the topic of aggression. Instead, he flipped the script. Rather than push back against the idea of a smaller ring, he welcomed it, using it as a platform to make his intentions crystal clear. I'm hunting him, he said. I'm hunting everything he's got, and I'm going to take it come September 13th.
Amongst the era that surpassed us, you know, the Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya, we both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and you know, the Kovalevs and Triple G's, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights, you know. So this is my mega fight, this is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight an all-time great like Canelo.
These aren't just bold words, they're calculated, coming from a fighter who's never tasted defeat. Terence Crawford boasts an airtight resume: 41 wins, 31 by knockout, and titles in 4 weight classes. Most recently adding a super welterweight belt with a dominant unanimous decision over Israel Mat. Now, he's ambitiously jumping to more divisions in pursuit of a 5th world title, aiming straight for the undisputed crown. In contrast, Canelo Alvarez is coming off one of the most lackluster performances of his career, a flat, unanimous decision win over William Skull that did little to silence critics or excite fans.